So today I have a surprise pop-up video, and the surprise I'm making today are Heaven and Hell Pecans. So there you go. And no, I've not had an extremely good morning, so I'm hoping this straightens it out. Maybe, maybe not, not sure. But thank you for all of the orders last night. Thank you for everything. You guys have been amazing, and so far things are going pretty well with the movement of my cool products over from allourfavoritethings.com. So thank you for being there and supporting the local talent. So here we go. Heaven and Hell Pecans. I told you I'd probably never give you the recipe. I was joking. So what I have for these are, hi Marky, what I have for these are the fancy pecans. I use the ones from Daily Chef, and you get these from Sam's Club. I like the size of them. I think they're very convenient. There's 2 pounds in here, which really helps. Now, here's my list of ingredients. Don't expect me to repeat myself, so you better write stuff down. This is sugar. There's 2 kinds of sugar in here. There's the sugar, and then there's the natural sugar, and I put them together. It's a 1/4 pound, or excuse me, I'm sorry. It's a 1/2 cup of white sugar, granulated, and a 1/4 cup of the natural sugar, and I just like the contrast of flavor. This is kosher salt. I prefer kosher salt over table salt by far. You can get that at Winn-Dixie or Rouse's or wherever you're at, Publix. This is black pepper. Now, I'm not hierarchy. I love you. You're beautiful too. The thing about black pepper is I do not buy it from the can in the store. I buy the whole peppercorns and I grind them myself. I think people in the house are spoiled and don't even realize it, but they've never had pepper from a can other than the large peppercorns. This is an egg yolk, or excuse me, an egg white that I'm going to show you what to do with. Right here, these are chili, whoops, there we go, chili flakes, okay? This is cayenne pepper. This right here, and again, I'm going to use some of these, so you just write them down. This is chipotle chili. Right here, I have 2 things. You can see the color separation. There's nutmeg and cinnamon together. I'm sorry, scratch that. It's allspice and cinnamon. Okay? This right here is, of course, my favorite, crystal hot sauce. Yum, yum, yum. Little bit of vanilla. And this is water. So here is how we're going to do this. I'm going to have, and that's a big bowl, and over there are my cookie sheets that are prepared with Pam. I'm going to have Melissa hold this so she can show you what I'm going to do. So here, this is a tablespoon of water that I'm going to put into the single egg yolk, okay? And I'm going to whip it until they just mix. They don't have to actually blend extremely well, and you don't want it frothy. There you go. All it has to do is get air in it. I'm going to take the entire 2-pound bag and drop it in the bowl. Now, these are the Heaven and Hell Pecans that are available at allourfavoritethings.com. Go to Gypsy's Magic Kitchen and you'll see it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to add our dry goods first. I'm just showing you that you want to just keep the egg yolk and the water mixed a little bit. Now, first in goes the sugar. Again, 1/2 cup of granulated sugar and a 1/4 cup of natural sugar. This is about a tablespoon of kosher salt, okay? Again, a tablespoon of ground pepper. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of chili flakes. Now, if you're not sure how to measure, learn how it looks in your hand. Screw it. We're going to throw the whole thing in. I was always joking. That's 2 tablespoons of chili flakes. This right here is a tablespoon of red pepper. I'm only going to add a tablespoon, there we go, of chipotle pepper, now, or chipotle, ground chipotle powder. Right here is nutmeg and allspice. I have about a tablespoon of each. That's going in there too. Mix in the dry. Okay. This right here is a tablespoon of crystal hot sauce. Now, I'm only going to add a couple of drops of the vanilla, and it's just to kick the flavor over into high gear. Just a couple of drops into the egg wash, okay? All that chili is getting to me. And that is it, okay? Then I'm going to pour the egg yolk. All that's going to do is bind, or I'm sorry, I keep saying egg yolk, it's an egg white. It's just going to bind everything, okay? Now, a couple of variations you can do, which I recommend you at least try sometime, is you can add sesame seeds, or you can exchange half of the nuts for cashews. I wouldn't put peanuts in here. The texture is very different. But the one time I put macadamia nuts was just a crazy day. I loved it. Okay, and you want to mix it all so that they're all completely coated. Okay, and get all the sugar up and sugar in. Now, I'm going to taste one. And make me determine whether or not there's anything I want to add. And there is. So, hold it right there, Melissa. God, it's delicious though. Absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and add, simply because I prefer it a little bit sweeter than that. It's not too hot. A little bit sweeter. I'm going to add probably, that was about another 1/4 cup of sugar. And the flavor blend is much nicer. Okay, now you can make them to taste. You don't have to do it exactly this way. This is a recipe I created. But every time I've ever made it, and you know, I'm going to have to, I just got to throw the rest of this powder in here. Well, not all of it. I'm adding a little more sweet, a little more hot. That's why they're called Heaven and Hell pecans. Okay, but they're not overly hot. That's the thing I like about them. They're full of flavor. Okay, so taste it one more time. Mmm. That's crazy. Okay, so now you're gonna take them over here. I have preheated my oven to 250 degrees. I'm gonna lay them out on cookie sheets. Now I'm making a whole lot at the same time. You don't have to if you don't want to. These are not the hottest I've ever made. They're not the sweetest I've ever made. But I will have to say that they're the best I've ever made. Really awesome thing you can do with Heaven and Hell pecans, which I do here for my family, is I make large amounts, like huge copious amounts of popcorn. And then I'll make some fresh caramel. How do you make fresh caramel? That's really easy. You use butter and brown sugar and turn it into a nice candy sauce, okay? It just takes a little bit of time. You want to go nice and slow. Then you go ahead and pour it over your popcorn. Chop up the Heaven and Hell pecans. And then pour it, drizzle it with your caramel. And you'll have some of the best caramel corn you've ever had with Heaven and Hell pecans, okay? So these go in a 250-degree oven for 30 minutes. Then you're going to turn it down to 200 and let them bake out and dry. And so, basically, that's the whole story. Heaven and Hell pecans. Very easy, absolutely simplified for your family to just give them something absolutely delectable. Now again, change the recipe up to suit yourself. I would always add, and I used to add all the time, a little bit of brown sugar. And this time I didn't, because brown sugar also makes it a little sticky, which is really good when you're making the caramel corn I talked about. But those are Heaven and Hell pecans. Now, the reason I just made them is because I got an order for them last night. Thank you, Christy Klein, or Katie Klein, sorry. So your Heaven and Hell pecans and your 3 soaps are all being shipped out today. That means that I have a total of, let's see, 1.5 pounds still available for purchase that you can go to allourfavoritethings.com. And I ship priority, so you'll get them in a couple of days. You'll get them in plenty of time to have your Christmas dinners and whatnot. So let me know if I can make something for you. I'll be making more soaps, and I got a very big order for some LSU Tiger soaps today. So now I got to go out and get some more charms. Thanks, you guys. So most of my shipping is done, and we've got, so let's see, 2 sets of mugs that are now being shipped currently. Today, and so thank you for those orders. I'm waiting for payment. However, I do, if I know you and I trust you, and that's probably you, I'll ship out in advance, or at least on time for you. So I want to make sure everybody gets stuff in time for Christmas. I may not be Mr. Claus or Mrs. Claus, but I am certainly the elf. So JR will be back with me today, and we'll be making more soaps and more fun stuff. So thanks for sticking around, and if you didn't get to see this live and interact like Marky did, then you can at least look back on the video later on. So thank you so much, and hope everybody has a better day. I'm sure I do.